Okay, I will begin my debate in 3, 2, 1. Good morning, good day, ladies and gentlemen. The matter of the debate today contends regarding an industry of music within our socialization. K-pop industry, to be specific, as being proposed by my fellow debaters previously. It's something that regards the matter of health, mental health, generalization of beauty, and femininity, and why we as the government support the motion of this House believe that feminists must stand and should aggressively oppose K-pop industry. Ladies and gentlemen, the existence of K-pop industry could be interpreted as a form of patriarchal embodiment of South Korean nation. How could this be presented? This could be seen as the deformity and the fundamental of K-pop, mainly focused on the male aspect of it, and the female aspect of it manifests simply as an addition on later years, focusing on their sexuality rather than the intellect and beauty. Now, what I should not need to explain why this is dangerous, since feminism is directly opposed against this idea of patriarchal society, and thus we must directly confront, and the movement of feminism must confront and oppose aggressively against this industry. As a rebuttal against the few arguments that have been promoted earlier regarding the promotion of women's rights instead on the platform of K-pop could be seen as an oxymoron, a lie, a fabricated PR move. It could be seen as a capitalistic and industrial PR move instead of actual good intention to forward their performers. Instead, they use their performers as subject to forward their products. As been mentioned before, could be seen in products in the use of performers on promoting beauty products and such as. Secondly, a rebuttal against the argument that K-pop provides a creative and innovative platform towards society can be considered as a logical fallacy. Why is this? Now, this is because the existence of Western society creativity and innovative is much more encompassing and inclusive than K-pop quote-unquote creativity. As previously mentioned, they do not promote a darker skinned content creator or a performer that is different color than white or like a different color of the general hair that they're promoting. Now, my second argument regarding the promotion of mental health. As the existence of K-pop promotes direct danger to mental health to all females in the world. Why is that? Because K-pop creates such standard where female are needed to achieve such beauty status to be classified as beautiful instead of being who they truly are. This is very harmful toward the mind of the youth in the world, as they see this performer, this singers and these actors that perform in K-pop as the standards on which they must follow. Now, this mental health detriment not only extends to the watcher, to the audience, but also to the performers, and it inhibits their true identity, their personal identity to truly express themselves. It limits their capability to speak up and do whatever they want, truly free. Now, can be seen as the characterization of K-pop as an industry that produces entertainers instead of promoting performers. They're more focused on promoting their products instead of supporting the identity or the personal embodiment of their performers. K-pop is also unable to show progressive value as it opposes their main fundamental of beauty and standardization of beauty. Why is feminism must oppose aggressively against K-pop? Now, feminism is a movement that symbolizes non-conformity, an idea that as a K-pop, it is directly against, as it creates a standards of beauty, as previously mentioned. Secondly, feminism have a directive to greatly oppose the value of patriarchal society, which is symbolized in the value of K-pop as a direct descendant of patriarchal society in South Korea. Now, what I propose is divergent from K-pop from our culture completely, as it forms a detrimental value to not only a society standard of beauty, but also to general creativity as a whole. And K-pop, if not truly maintained, could repress the movement of feminism as a whole. I will give my time now towards my partner, Mr. Rifki. Go ahead.
Hello. Thank you so much, my partner. And good day, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. So our motion today is believe that feminist movement should aggressively oppose the K-pop industry. We're, as the government closing, we truly support this motion, which get rid of the woman standard. And the second one is to highlight diversity. The third one is actually about the psychologist's back. This motion intended to protect the woman from the standard feminist movement should make feminists talk about the feminist movement. First, the current self-insecure trigger and environment are mostly from beauty standardization of K-pop. Why we say so? And it's evac the beauty industry to the extravagant woman to valuing the standard beauty by using their products that it mostly contain the chemical ingredients that affecting the woman's health. So woman insecurity actually are the main problem in this era right now, because most of people or the teenager itself feels insecurities about their self because they have standardization from the society itself. For an example, like you should have a very white skin and like that. For an example is there are so many teenagers that trying onto makeup. It's actually really a crucial thing for the teenager itself because they don't need to do that and to put the makeup on their faces. The second one is actually about the facial treatment that is really dangerous for their faces and for their bodies itself and for the skin, and it can give them the match effect to their skin and their health. Actually, it's a really dangerous thing happening in our generation right now because most of people put the K-pop standards to be on their beauty level, on their beauty standard itself. The second one, we agree to that current beauty standard is not only from the K-pop wave, but we can have the beauty standard itself by our own selves. We can put this beauty standard from diversity. For an example, you are from the Black people or anything else. You don't need to put anything to following the K-pop standard. It's actually really contrast with the feminist movement actually to give the woman itself change to build yourself, to feel confident and to feel beautiful with their own self itself. And it's actually giving why we say so, this K-pop influence actually giving a very highest influence nowadays. Why we say so? Because we see from the several case from the young generation itself right now or immediately, most of children, most of the teenager itself put the K-pop itself of their standard to have a white skin, to have a thin body. But it's actually really ban of or violate about human right itself, because we can have a very perfect body if we see the K-pop itself. And it's actually uniformity, it's not good to our future. We need to embrace diversity. I mean, like in diversity, for the example, not just from the K-pop itself, of the K-pop culture, and why these things actually very dangerous to our society, because it will lead us to discrimination, to resist to other women who have a different beauty of standard itself. It's actually giving a discrimination to other people, because uh, uh, as we know that there are so many cases been happening in our generation right now. For the next example, for the K-pop itself, the fans, they want their actress or their actor actually have a very thin body, white skin, and it's make a very dangerous thing. For the example, like suicide in Korea itself, in South Korea, it's a really dangerous thing. About this beauty standard was involved by the K-pop industry, were giving highest influence to our world, and it's a very dangerous for the society itself. Why we say so? Because these things actually really crucial to the generation right now if they want to follow or they want to try to implement these things on their life. And it's actually like my first speaker said, it's about the mental health. Actually, it can disturb the people mental health, because they got a discrimination itself, racism itself from other point of view. For and it should be reduced, and it should be not really involved in our country, in our society itself. And the last one is actually, it's not just allowing one culture. We can see from the diverse culture itself to showing up our culture and giving so much domination to the young generation. The young generation. For the example, the young generation itself nowadays, they are really like to doing what's that? Doing to take a food itself, like they are trying to consume the food from the Korea itself. It's a really bad for our generation right now, because they don't think that our diversity, our culture, our country actually it's a very important, and we need to embrace our country to other country to show their culture, show their beauty, and we need to show their uniqueness itself. And it's absolutely very dangerous to our nation and other nation if the generation only know the beauty standard is from the K-pop itself, and it's a real contrast from the feminist movement, mission, and vision. Absolutely, and we need to make sure that the culture from K-pop actually it will harm standard, and from our origin culture, from our origin belief, and from our diversity is our true beauty. And we're not going to opposing the woman with the skinny body, more white, and etc. kind of it, because we do believe these things is wrong, or the other woman's appearance, but we here to advancing the true beauty of our woman, our culture, our nation, our country by advancing the diversity itself. And that's most important things that I would like to tell the people here, the ladies and gentlemen, about the field insecurities aspect, and it could be met a very dangerous impact, and also this is lack from our culture and our diversity. Thank you.